he actually filed a federal lawsuit and won. And then it changed my life completely because I saw what happened to him and I got angry and I said, I gotta do the same thing. I need to represent the little guy. So I actually went to law school to be a civil rights attorney, and that's what I'm still doing today. And I actually founded the very first pro bono legal clinic in Chinatown back in April of 2010. And we're celebrating its 10th anniversary. It's actually one of the proudest things that I've ever done in my life because we've helped thousands of people. So some of my background, I was an immediate past board member of ACLU Illinois. I also was a past commissioner on the Cook County Board of Ethics, where we went after corruption. We were actually the first board that actually went after elected officials. We sued Joe Barrios. We investigated a lot of well-known Cook County officials, and we really went hard on people because we really believe in public service. So why I'm running is I think there needs to be a fundamental change in the Cook County court system. It's become very expensive for everyday people. I have a little neighborhood law firm, and I kept it that way because I want to serve just the average family. The ABA came up with a study a few years ago that said that the most underserved community in terms of legal access is middle-class working families. And it's outrageous because when you don't have judges that have a civil background, who understand what's going on, they actually end up dragging on cases for many, many years, which is why the cost of litigation goes up and why people feel that they don't have justice. So there's a lot of things that I would like to do, make some changes fundamentally, like for instance, like an eviction court where there's a lot of, in my opinion, abuse. I'd like to see courtroom advocates to help people because you know, it doesn't serve the community if we're not helping the people that need the most help. You know, and every circumstance is different. Another thing that would be very interesting about me is that there are no Chinese Americans in the Cook County court system. Cook County court system is the second largest court system in the world, and there are approximately 330 some judges. Also, another thing is it would be historic because that would be the first Taiwanese American ever elected in Illinois to the bench. So aside from the fact that I have a lot of experience, I also have a lot of community experience. I actually serve on the East Village Association board, and I was a past vice president. So I truly appreciate everybody that's in here because I know what it's like planning these community meetings, dealing with zoning issues, fighting with our aldermen and all this stuff. But you know, this is what I love. I love serving community. I'm actually running for judge for the people. I think we need more people that have been there for our communities, people that understand. We need diversity on the bench, both legal and ethnic diversity, as well as more progressive candidates. So I, you know, hope you'll learn a little bit more about me, and thank you so much for giving me time.
Anybody have questions?
Eric got some questions. So thanks for coming to talk because when it comes time to vote for judges, I have no idea who a judge is,
so
and I don't want to kick off a good person or vote in, you know, a shitty candidate. So thank you for talking. You are the first, not the second, I think. But what is your recommendation when we see just a bunch of names that have no meaning to us? What should we leave it blank or?
So it's really even hard for me. So my practice involves, I do a lot of work in the court system, both federal and state, and I do stuff across the country as well. And even I don't know all the candidates, but I will tell you that you really should try to get to know your candidates. I mean, I have my husband, this is my husband Matt, Jamie is supporting me and he knows how hard of a worker I am. I mean, I have been out almost every night trying to meet voters, talk to people. I mean, look, there are 5 people running for the 2 open seats here. How many people have approached you? How many of them are out on the doors? I hate to say it, I haven't seen that many people, but I think it's really important to get to know, if you can, a candidate. The other thing is there's a great slate of this year's unprecedented. So Cook County Democratic Party, and I know people are like, oh, whatever, but the reality is I know every one of those candidates and they're very qualified. They're good people. There are some historic people that are running right now from the LGBTQ community. We have our first transgender woman that's running. She is phenomenal. I love her to death. So please, that's somebody, I'm not supposed to advocate, but I would say those are some great people. But if you know lawyers or judges, you should talk to them as well. I do my research. I'm happy to, I can't give recommendations, but I know people like my husband who can help out with that, because judges are very limited, right? Judicial candidates are well, but that's an excellent question. It is very hard.
Otherwise, you're just based on, gender or last name, that discriminate that way.
I'm relatively new to Chicago, and this whole voting for judges things was totally new to me in the last election. It takes a lot of work, but there are some resources out there. There was like some bar associations, so you can, it takes a lot of time and effort on the computer, but you can read little people's bios and whether
you can learn whether or not they paid their private taxes in 10 years.
Sure. Like there's the bar
discretion.
associations will say qualified or not qualified, so you kind of have to, but it takes a lot of work to find
Bring
out.
all those little guides with you.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, I had to do that.
And as a reminder, you can now officially submit your mail-in ballot information. So if you wanted to vote by mail, you can put those applications in now, and they're gonna be mailing them. I think at the end of the month is when they're gonna start mailing them. So I like doing it at home in front of my computer, where I can do all my research for 3 straight days about the 30,000
I know, that's what it
judges.
takes though. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
It is.
lot.
But
And
to make
it's
an
like-
informed decision.
And if you're not that motivated, what do you think? You just
Yeah.
Or
And
don't
it's
have
like,
access
the thing
to
is,
that,
It's one of the, it's the elected official most people are actually gonna face. So it's an incredibly important position, because, judges do actually help make the law in Illinois. I mean, they interpret statutes, right? And sometimes the statute will say one thing, but the court will have ruled completely differently on it until the legislature changes it back. So it's very crucial that, that you look at the full experience of a judicial candidate. I hate to say it, there are people who are just running as a next career move, but, I'm looking to really actually make some serious changes. Otherwise, I would have been happy not to do this. It's a lot of work. But the best part is I get to meet people and talk to them, so.
Are there any other questions for Ann while we've got her? All right, well, thank you so much for
Thank you so
joining
much.
us.